Welcome to this module on balanced institutional design. The constitutions are often subverted not only by the people but by a small group who wish to enhance their own power. Well-crafted constitutions fragment power in society intelligently so that no single group can subvert the constitution. One way of such intelligent designing of a constitution is to ensure that no single institution acquires monopoly of power. This is often done by fragmenting the power across different institutions. The Indian Constitution, for example, horizontally fragments the power across different institutions like the legislature, executive, and the judiciary, and even independent statutory bodies like the Election Commission. This ensures that if one institution wants to subvert the constitution, others can check its transgressions, and an intelligent system of check and balances has facilitated the success of the Indian Constitution. So, constitutions are often subverted not only by the people but by small groups who wish to enhance their power. A well-crafted constitution has a fragments in society intelligently so that no single group can subvert the constitution. One way of such intelligent designing of a constitution is to ensure no single institution acquires the monopoly of power. This can be done by fragmenting the power across the different institutions. For example, the Indian Constitution has divided its power, fragmented its power horizontally across the different institutions like the legislature, executive, and the judiciary, and even independent statutory bodies like the Election Commission. This ensures that even if one institution wants to subvert the constitution, others can check its transgressions. An intelligent system of checks and balances had facilitated the success of the Indian Constitution. Another important aspect of intelligent institutional design is that a constitution must strike the right balance between certain values, norms, and procedures as authoritative. At the same time, it has to allow enough flexibility in its operations to adapt to changing needs and circumstances. So, we need to understand here that any important constitution or an intelligent institutional design, when we speak about, it has to strike a right balance between the certain values, norms, and the procedures as authoritative. There should be a clear balance. As an authoritative person, it should balance values, norms, and procedures. At the same time, on the other hand, it has to allow enough flexibility in its operations to adapt to the changing needs and circumstances. Too rigid a constitution is likely to break under the weight of change. If the constitutions are too rigid, definitely it is going to fail because change is inevitable. A constitution that is, on the other hand, too flexible will give no security, predictability, or identity to the people. It cannot be too rigid. At the same time, it cannot be too flexible. Successful constitutions always strike the right balance between preserving the core values and also adapting them to the new circumstances. The Indian Constitution is described as a living document. Why? Because by striking a balance between the possibility to change the provisions and the limit on such changes, the Constitution has ensured that it will survive as a document and respected by people. So in order to have a successful constitution, we need to have a proper balance between the values and adapting them to the new circumstances. That's where rightly the Indian Constitution is described as a living document. This arrangement also ensures that no section or a group can on its own subvert the Constitution. Therefore, in determining whether a constitution has an authority, you can ask yourself few questions. Secondly, did the constitution ensure that power was intelligently organized so that it was not easy for any group to subvert the constitution? And most importantly, does the constitution give everyone some reason to go along with it? Most of this module or this chapter in the book is about this question. Does it give you some reason to go along with it? Also, is the constitution the locus of people's hopes and aspirations? The ability of the constitution to command voluntary allegiance of the people depends to a certain extent upon whether the constitution is just or not. So we need to know and ask ourselves, did the constitution ensure the power was intelligently organized? At the same time, did the constitution give you some reason to go along with it? Then only we can be able to understand whether it is a balanced institutional design or not.